Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to learn about some common quick tests for detection of some food adulterants at household level. So which is provided by the Food Safety and Standard Authorities of India. So in this video we are going to discuss about some three main components of the household. The first one is the milk one, the second one is oil, and third about sugar. So these basic things we will be discussing in this video. So for the milk and milk products, there are mainly four tests. So first one is the detection of water in milk. So in this test, we will take the one without adulteration, that is a sample one, and one which is adulterated milk sample. So first one which is non-adulterated, there will be trail of milk will be seen if you put a drop of a milk on a shiny surface or the slanting surface. And in the sample 2 which is the adulterated one, there will be no trailing signs behind the drop. You can see over here. So in this pure milk you can see there is a trail of milk over here, but in adulterated milk there is no trail seen in this picture. So this was our first test. So in second test, the detergent test, we will take 5 ml of water or 10 ml of water along with 5 ml of milk. The most important point over here is that you have to take the same amount of milk and the water. Then we will stir it thoroughly, and after stirring we will be seeing two results. The first one with very less froth on the milk surface, and the second one over here which having a very large layer of froth or the lather on the milk. So the one with the more lather on the surface of the milk is adulterated one. You can see over here. So this over you can see very less layer of froth is there, but here you can see there is a very large layer of froth or the lather on the milk, which suggests that this is adulterated with detergent. Now the third test, which actually got famous in recent 1 or 2 months, for the fake paneer detection. So it is based on a simple principle that as iodine will stain starch into bluish black color. So bluish black color will be there if we put a tincture iodine on the milk products. So in this we will take milk, and along with that we will add 2 to 3 drops of tincture iodine into it, and if the color of the milk will get converted into bluish or black, which means that there is an adulteration of starch in the milk or paneer or the khoya. You can see over here the detection of starch in milk and milk products. You can see that this is a pure milk which is not converted into any color after 2 to 3 drops of the tincture iodine. But here you can see the adulterated milk convert got converted into this bluish color thing. The fourth test that we are going to learn is about the mashed potatoes in ghee, which have the same principle of starch in it. We will take half teaspoon of ghee, and we will add 2 to 3 drops of tincture iodine into it. And if this ghee, the color of the ghee, it converted into bluish and black, which means that there is adulteration. You can see over here in this photo that we will take half teaspoon of ghee and we'll add 2 to 3 teaspoon of tincture iodine. So you can see that the color of the ghee is converted into this one, which is a bluish black, which suggests that there is an adulteration. So this was the test for the milk and milk products. Now in the next session, that is the oil and fat, we will discuss oil and fats only. So first one is detection of other oil in a coconut oil, which is actually most commonly used oil in Indian households. So basically coconut oil. So we will freeze the coconut oil in refrigerator, not freezer, for 30 minutes, and then we will take out the coconut oil. If there is adulteration in the milk, the coconut oil of course will freeze, but the other oil which is adulterated one will not freeze, and there will be two separate layer will be seen, which means that this is adulterated one. And if there is no separate layer seen over here in the coconut or the refrigerated one oil, this means that this is a pure oil. The second test is detection of the TOCP. So TOCP is basically the triorthoglycerol phosphate. So in this test, you can see that we will take 2 ml of sample or 2 ml of sample of oil, and we will add little amount of yellow butter, that is a solid butter. And if there is a immediate color change to reddish one, which means that it is adulterated, and if there is no change, which means that the oil is over here is actually pure. The third test is proper winterization of refined winterized salad oil. So in this we will take 100 ml of sample oil in a bottle. The bottle is completely submerged in bucket containing finely cracked ice, and water is added until it is raised to the top of the bottle. The bucket is kept filled slowly with ice by removing an excess water and adding ice when necessary. And after 5.5 hours, remove the bottle and examine oil. If it is a properly winterized sample, will be brilliant, clear, and limpid. If not, which means that there is adulteration. The last point we are going to discuss in this video is sugar and confectionaries. So in this we will discuss about the sugar, jaggery, and pitti sakar or pitti sugar. So there are three tests basically. The first one is detection of sugar solution in honey. So in this test we will take a glass glass with water in it, and we'll add honey into it. And if the honey get dissolved, so there are two scenarios basically. If the honey get dissolved, which means that it is adulterated, and if the honey does not get dissolved, which means that the honey is pure. So there are basically two methods. So testing one is the we have discussed testing method one, and testing method two is written over here. So next test is the detection of chalk powder in sugar. So in this test also we will take a glass of water and we will add that sugar into it, or the pitti sakar or the jaggery into it, pitti sugar, which is actually the powdered form, or we will take the jaggery and we'll add it into the water. And if the sugar or the pitti sugar or the jaggery, so normally the jaggery will dissolve or the sugar will dissolve in it, but still after dissolving you will see some of the particles at the bottom, which means that this is adulterated one. I will show you the picture. So this over here you can see that this is a transparent glass of water, but in this you can see that the chalk powder is settled down at the bottom and it is actually immiscible and it is not soluble properly, which means that this is adulterated sugar. The third test is the detection of aluminium leaves in the silver leaves. So in this we will take some portion of the leaf and crush it between two fingers. Pure silver leaves will be easily crushed and crumbled to the powder form, while aluminium leaves will break into smaller shreds. Further, take the suspected silver leaves and make it in the form of a ball and burn it with the help of the flame. Pure silver leaves burn away completely, leaving glistening balls, while aluminium leaves are reduced to grayish. So if we just turn these silver leaves and the aluminium leaves, you can see over here there are blebs, or incompletely they are torn into, but here you can see these are finely broken down. The last test which actually we done only. So this over here, if you burn the silver leaves, there will be blebs or the balls will be formed over here, but in aluminium there will be ash. So this was a test for checking aluminium leaves and the silver leaves adulteration. So next topic is food grain and products. We will